Yeah, we find her, the beautiful girl we've been missing. We wanna have her kissing. We find her, now we in love. So go so the remix.
EMB, Tux Bites, remix.
Now if I had to lose you like a bad phone connection, I'd change my game to get a better reception. Sit back, let's start this interaction. Don't fight the feelings, just a chain reaction. Your heart won't give you the wrong instructions. Like my GPS, yes I got the right direction. We gotta merge together like a road intersection. Last stop is gonna be my love and affection. I ain't like the mother dudes, they wanna call you shorty, but I'ma call you a beautiful girl. I took your picture home, my mama saw it, she's a very, very beautiful girl. I wanna put you in my video, cause you're so beautiful. You're a beautiful girl. So when you hear us on your radio, turn up your stereo. It's beautiful girl.
Gotta find a shorty, what's worth of a lady. It's nice but maybe doesn't look like 40. It's taking a little time. I wasn't seeing no signs, any traces of my baby. Who's gonna be my baby? But I thought I'm gonna take my time. Within it took a lot of fun. I saw a shorty passing by. She's got this very pretty smile. It was right at the bus station. I tried to make a conversation, holding her arms, feeling so tough. I felt this sensation. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. And now I realize I found me a beautiful girl. She's a model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it by. Beautiful girl, sparkling eyes, a killing eye. I found me a beautiful girl.
My wish came true when I saw you, girl. God must have blessed me with your beauty, girl. Looking so right from your head to your toe. Shaped like a Coke bottle with a smile of a queen. My queen to be, you my destiny. Got a body of a goddess with your beauty. I'm impressed and I'm never in distress. Come on over and be mine. Been searching for a man and now all the cats keep looking to mine. With a sexy walk and a sexy talk, she must be from a planet called the sexy world. I know I ain't tripping, better yet I'm thinking put a ring on the finger, we look good together. Take your place in my heart with your beauty. I'ma say that I'll never turn away. Who would think I'm in love?
Such the way she smiles at me just really makes me weak. The way she speaks to me just really make me go so weak. Keep staring in her eyebrows. All I kept on saying is wow. Your beauty shines and breeze at night. All I really want in my life. Oh yeah. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl, sparkling eyes, killing thigh. I found me a beautiful girl. Yeah, beautiful girl. What beautiful girl, yeah. Beautiful girl.
Damn. Money. You seen her? Hot Ice. Have you seen her? LP. Have you seen her? I'ma go over to Tux Bites. I know you've probably seen her. He has a lot of beautiful girls with him. Tux, it's DMV, baby. Look.
Beautiful.
I look for a while, but I can't seem to find a beautiful girl so I can make her mine. Time after time I've been searching for a while, but every girl I meet never seems worthwhile. What can I do? I pray to God for an answer. I feel pains in my heart like cancer, and when I find her, I'm gonna romance her. Lace several presents and gifts, call me Santa Claus. I make a heartbeat pause. That's my girl, homeboy, not yours. The girl of my dreams, she's more than I ever thought. Show me ass and culture, I think I'm getting punked. She's what I really want, so I'ma go get her. Since I'm a go getter, you know I'm gon' get her. And I will give her the world, anything for my beautiful girl.
Psych. Ooh, it's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl, sparkling eyes, killing
touching and kissing, make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One loving up, we done enough.
Man of prestige. Ha! Now this guy win. Now you win. Now you win today. Now you win. Now you win. I agree. Man of prestige. Now man you be.
I'm sure some people will be jealous now the way I talk about Ola. But I have learned a lot from him. That's why I keep telling you to follow him. If you don't follow Man of Prestige, now you know.
Hello, what's going on? Lady Nevois, welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everybody doing? Do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe. Let's ping everybody else into the room. Let's ping everybody else into the room. How do you do that? You hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. Okay, shout out to you if you're here right now. I want to say thank you for being here today. I appreciate you. Do me a favor, hit the like button. My name is Ola, coming to you live from my Empire Pro Studios. And basically what we do here is we extract life and relationship lessons from trendy topics. Today, that's going to be the P-Square story. So we're going to be covering a lot of legs. We kind of like teased it a little bit yesterday. So we're going to be covering the P-Square story today. All right. So that's what we do. We extract real life and relationship lessons from trendy topics. And we do that from a self-power, social, art of seduction, attraction, and emotional intelligence standpoint. All right. Yeah. Awesome. Great. So the other thing that I want you to do right about now is I want you to go ahead and download the free books. You can also book a free complimentary coaching session. We do have complimentary coaching session. If you're in the Europe or you're in America, absolutely, we have complimentary coaching session for you. If you're outside of those zones, unfortunately, we have limitations, but you can still check in. How do you know? Again, go to that website. The books, you can download the books from everywhere around the world. I'm just talking about the complimentary coaching sessions. But yeah, also you can reach out by the email ask@manofprestige.com. I want to say a quick shout out to my sponsors: Mo Fresh, Life with Natu, Adesua, Film Girl, Open Floor by Tima, Grace Corner, D Love 3000, Yes TV, Chidema, Sparkleberry, Mary Parker. You can sponsor this show for as low as 99 cents. This month our goal is $4.49. We're up to $125 already. I want to say thank you. You can also use Super Chat membership to join the sponsors. You can also use Zelle. You can see the information scrolling through the screen throughout the course of the show. Cash App is $Man of Prestige. Zelle and PayPal are ask@manofprestige.com. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. Again, you can reach us on WhatsApp with this phone number, +1 305 8577, or by email, ask@manofprestige.com. Yeah, so we have a fantastic show lined up for you today. Welcome. Without any further ado, I think we should just go right away and start jumping through the stories. I'll be right back.
Hey Prestige fam, show some love to the video. Hit like, subscribe, and share. Are you in Europe, America, and struggling in your relationship? From argument to abuse and trust issues, we're here to help.
Lola and I founded Prestige Marriage Academy to transform your story. With 20 years of friendship, 17 years of marriage, experience with navigating the ups and downs of marriage, and personalized coaching, our 12-month program, regularly priced at $9,875, includes 24/7 support. Ignorance is expensive. WhatsApp us at +1 732 305 8577 to book a free discovery session today and qualify for over $8,000 in scholarships. Take charge now.
Don't wing it.
Join us in creating the love life you deserve. All right, my people, welcome back. Let's talk about American gospel artist KIRK Franklin. Let's talk about Kirk Franklin. Let's just warm up. Let's warm up real quick. Welcome, Natu. I see you, Natu. Welcome, NRRF. Welcome. All right, good to see you. All right, good. So, yeah, let's talk about Kirk Franklin. Kirk Franklin has been trending over the past few days here, and I want us to talk about him real quickly to warm up shows. But what is he talking about? He's talking about weaponizing of quite a few things by the church. As a matter of fact, he's talking about a few things that the church, in his opinion, has been weaponizing. But if you remember, a few months ago we covered the Kirk Franklin story. I think it was Father's Day, some kind of Father's Day special documentary that he did. Kirk Franklin is a 54-year-old man, by the way. Like I said, American gospel singer. And he's, you see this picture? We've known him for that long. I've known him for that long. You know, that picture I think is from let me see, what picture is this? This picture is the family. That's got to be the mid-90s, okay? That's got to be the mid-90s. This got to be like, forever, ever we worship you. Forever, ever we worship you. Or melodies from heaven right down on me. Right, songs like that, right? So Kirk Franklin is somebody that, by the way, is the best-selling gospel artist of all time. Yep. So if you grew up in Nigeria in the 90s, you knew Kirk Franklin songs, along with maybe the Ron Kenolis, maybe the Don Moons, but you definitely knew Kirk Franklin. But yes, that's the guy we're talking about today. So he's been a little bit rebellious for a little while now. I mean, he's always been the rebellious type. He's always pushed against the status quo when it comes to gospel music, which is probably why he became the top selling of all time. He's like the Michael Jackson of gospel music, period. Is anybody else? No, it's Kirk Franklin. It's him. All right, it is him. So you can obviously probably figure it out that they will probably call him of the world. Well, he's talking. Kirk Franklin is talking. So let me read this thing here. I'm looking at this on NigerianBulletin.com. So Nigerians have opinions about what he said. The headline says Nigerians weigh in on Kirk Franklin's claim that marriage is weaponized in Christianity. Gospel artist Kirk Franklin criticized Western Christianity for weaponizing marriage against single individuals. Okay, he's fighting for people who are single, arguing that marriage is often portrayed as a solution to sin. He emphasized that singleness also has a divine purpose, sparking widespread online debate about religious expectations and societal pressures on marriage. Hold on one second. There you go. All right, so, and I read on. So, societal pressures on marriage, religious expectations, and societal pressures on marriage. Kirk Franklin has been married for like almost 30 years or so, by the way. Let me check. Let me see. How long has he been married? He's been married to her since 1996, almost 30 years. Yeah, like 28 years. They have 4 children, blended family, 1 from previous relationships, 1 from previous, and then 2 together, something like that. Anyway, so he said a renowned recently started up a conversation about the way marriage is perceived within Western Christianity. In a candid discussion on Cam Newton's Funky Friday show, Franklin criticized how marriage, along with giving and sexuality, by the way, his first seed, came out on a public TV show saying that I think he said he's bisexual or something like that. He also spoke to that. He said he loved his son regardless. So he can relate. So he says sexuality has been weaponized against single individuals by the Christian community. He emphasized that marriage is often portrayed as a remedy for sin, but in reality, it doesn't fix the underlying issues. Franklin shared his personal experience, explaining how religious dogma had complicated his marriage with Tammy Collins. He pointed out that many people, especially single women, face judgment and pressure to marry as if their worth and identity depend on it. He argued that this belief is not only dysfunctional but also distorts God's intentions. Franklin underscored that marriage is not a prerequisite for being used by God, noting that singleness can also be a gift with a divine purpose. His comments quickly sparked reactions online, with many people resonating with his views and others expressing their disagreement. Of course, Nigerians probably agree with him. Now, some users on social media praised Franklin for speaking out, noting that these traditional beliefs often lead to rushed marriages and subsequent divorces, while others criticized him for challenging long-held Christian values. I think probably Nigerians will be divided on these opinions. I think they'll be divided. Let me see. The conversation has prompted a broader reflection on how religious institutions might be contributing to harmful societal pressures. All right, so societal pressures are real. Franklin, who has been married since 1996, continues to advocate for a more nuanced understanding of faith. That means woke. Woke understanding of faith and relationships, urging believers to avoid letting cultural norms dictate their spiritual journey. All right, let me play this small video on Twitter, and then let's listen to it, and then we'll talk a little bit. Okay, let's do that. Let's see. Come on, let's go, bro.
Weaponized in Western Christianity. Giving
it's not talking.
In Western Christianity, sexuality
is it not talking?
Has been weaponized. For
I
example,
can't hear it.
Any woman
is there a
listening
reason why
to
it's
this
not talking?
can
Let's
attest.
see. Let me see here if we can get it talking.
Has been weaponized.
I can't hear it. Can you guys hear it by any chance? Can you guys hear what he's saying? Does this not have any audio? Can you guys hear that? Let me find it on YouTube. Because I actually watched the whole live stream today. I'm sure a lot of people will probably take him out of context. Obviously, one thing led to another. And let's see if I can find it real quick. Let's see how fast I can find this. Okay, I think I find it. Let me see. Can you guys hear this? Let me know if you can hear this.
So McDonald's is pairing
you could hear it. For some reason I couldn't hear it.
With 5 fashion insiders.
Well, let's try this one.
Together, we can change the face of fashion.
Allow me to cook. The biggest gospel
I think it's
artist.
right about here. There you go.
Tell me about Miss Tammy.
Miss Tammy.
Okay, there you have it.
Miss Tammy is a beautiful soul. She is a beautiful woman. She deserves much better than me. She deserves more than what I would ever be able to give her. She's an incredible, incredible mother. I mean, I have envied what my kids have because I did not have that. She's an incredible daughter, incredible sister, incredible aunt, incredible grandmother.
Let me see if I can move a little forward.
You know, she and I both, I was maneuvering a lot in fear. See, at my wedding, the church was full of people. There was not one person in that church related to me.
All right, so that's some of the things he spoke to. There was nobody related to him at his wedding. So since you guys could hear this, well, you said it was distorted, right? So let me just avoid it. Let's just go by what I have on the, let's see. Okay, this is why. I have it open in multiple places, that's why. Let's play it from here. Let's do that.
I believe that marriage has been weaponized in Western Christianity. Giving has been weaponized in Western Christianity. Sexuality has been weaponized. For example, any woman listening to this can attest in our culture. Don't be no 30, 35-year-old single black woman and go to the family reunion. All the older women are gonna do nothing. They're gonna look at you and wonder, why you not married?
Where your man at? Where your kids at?
Like it's a
Where your
prerequisite
kids at?
for identity and value.
Where your
that
kids
if you don't have a
at?
man, if you don't have kids, that something about
Thank you, Lady Never.
Do you
Thank you, Chinya.
understand how dysfunctional these messages are?
Yeah.
And how
Hit
we
the like button. Thank you. Hit the like
spiritualize these
button.
messages. Paul said, but marriage is a necessary distraction. I have many friends.
Thank you. Hit the like button if you just came in.
Ministry at church, and the church has told them, if you're gonna be in ministry, you can't be single. We're not gonna let you work with the youth ministry if you're single. You can't do this if you're single.
You can't be the president of the United States if you're single.
Married, thinking that they're fulfilling God's will for their lives, but they are fulfilling man's dogma. You can be single and be used by God. You can be single and have purpose. Being married is not a prerequisite for God's hand on your life. It is not, but we've weaponized it. And then crucify people. Where my camera at?
Right there.
And then crucify people when those same marriages
fail.
All right, so yeah, that's what he's saying. So let me know what your opinions are. This is Carl Franklin about 30, 40 years ago, something like that. But let me know what I want to know what your thoughts are about this. Let me come to the chat. Okay, let me know what your thoughts are about this. Christians should continue. They will end up in McDonald's like the Church of England with empty pews. Is Church of England empty? My brother is my cousin. My first cousin is actually a reverend in the Church of England. And I don't know. Is it empty? It's getting empty these days, right? Chinye says he's absolutely right about it. Okay. Chinye says so sad. All right. Thank you, Lady Navarre. I appreciate you for that. Let's see. We can hear it. Okay, yes. Okay. There are some Christian values that is not Christ's teaching that should be challenged no matter how long they've been held. This thing na struggle. This thing na struggle. Okay, so I'll tell you what. I think I understand where it's coming from. I think it's mostly, let me show you what he's talking about. This is how I'm going to conclude this segment. Okay, and yes, the church is guilty a lot of it. All right. See these poisons right here on the screen: shaming, insult, blame, fault, judgment, condemnation, guilt, right, wrong, sarcasm. Okay, not that, but like the first 7. This is where it's coming from. I've always talked about that here. So, and I noticed that Carl Franklin have been talking more about that as well. And I think he's just trying to, some people might say he's justifying his lifestyle. Like he's come out and said he was promiscuous back in 95 after he had blown to be, obviously he went through his own phase as a young man with all those attention. Yes, gospel attention. Obviously with his own trauma, his mother still denies him of a truth after 2 different DNA reports reveals that a certain person was his father. The mother is still denying him, so he can relate to a lot of judgmental things that he probably struggled with. You saw that clip I played where he said he was maneuvering with or within fear. Yeah, if all you're doing is just operating from a place of fear all the time, it can backfire. There's fear of God. There is fear of your parents. You have to have context around these things. So in other words, we have to bring it down to specific case by case. It just depends. So anyone can also take what he's saying out of context and say, hey, he's just saying everybody just leave anyhow. I don't think that's what he's saying. I think he's saying that you guys are judgmental in church and you should slow down. Because the same measure that you are judged. What is the verse again? I always forget. Matthew, do not judge. Let me find it. It's not Matthew 7:7. It's not Matthew. Do not judge. Let's see. It's Matthew 7:1. Right? Do not judge or you too will be judged. Right? That part. Matthew 7:1. Do not judge or you too will be judged. For in the same way you judge others, you will be judged. And with the same measure you use, it will be measured to you. Right? Why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your eye? Now, here's the thing. Nobody ever admits that they judge. Nobody, in fact, most people can't really see, they can't tell that they're judging. In their mind, they're just doing the right thing. Right? And I get it. I get the ambiguity in that. Now, here's what you pay attention to as an individual. Pay attention to the fact that there's ambiguity oftentimes. So lean in a little bit more and try to listen to other people and see other people's perspectives. You might just find that they feel as though you've been judgmental, right? So though that wasn't your intentions, intentions, right? Yeah, maybe that wasn't your intentions. That's why you should listen a little bit longer than you're talking. Communication is 80% listening. Ginger said that's got to be extremely painful that your mother still denies being your mother even up to your 50s after obtaining 2 DNA tests. A man that's actually down the street, there's all type of reasons to believe that that's just his father and they look alike. The spirit of rejection is so deeply rooted and has affected him so much. He's in therapy. I pray God helps him thought through his pain. Yeah. Welcome, Chidima. Yeah. So he can relate with feeling judged for so long. At his wedding, he was the only one from his own family, and it was packed. And his wife had everybody, all siblings, seven of them siblings, all parents. But he was by himself. So imagine the kind of internal battles that kind of person has been going through for a long time. So yes, he's speaking from personal experience, but it's something that we all should pay attention to. What he said is not promoting what he did in the past. He was married the whole time. He's not speaking against marriage. There you go. So a lot of people are going to interpret him that way, you know. Let me see. God can use a single person. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, there's another angle to it, right? There's certain things that we might say. So, for example, I battle with that. There's a lot of people that can be used to push the kind of stuff that we're teaching from our curriculums, right? And they're not necessarily married. You know, they're not married. Here's what I'll say, okay? It's very possible that person better be moving with a certain level of humility, right? And obviously there must be systems in place to be able to yield to people that have the experience when it comes to this family and marriage of a thing. So I believe strongly that God can use not even just any person, anything, right, to push a message. Yes, it is. I used to attend one over a decade ago. I was almost always a young person in service. I believe you. Church of England. We call them Anglican in Nigeria. Anglican. Church is excellent with judgment and condemnation. Lady Never say, Ola, I feel what he's saying and I kind of agree. Listen, the church does not really have room for half-ass, not so perfect life. If we really go by the way the church operates for the most part, and it's very subtle, so oftentimes it's not their intentions, but that's what it feels like. That's why I said it's not just as simple as telling the church not to judge. You also want to be aware that oftentimes these people they can't smell their own yash. Ola, if you can use a child to a teen and they're not married, then what they say, right, exactly. I wonder why his mom still denies him and whether it was a traumatic experience with the way he got pregnant or she was a mentor. You know, he acknowledges that. He acknowledges that his mom also has, she has her own trauma, you know, and he's given lots of grace in that conversation. In fact, at the end of the conversation, it was like, you know, that queen right there, shout out to her, you know, and he tried to, but you know, he has his own pain too, you know, so stuff, you know, stuff. So anyway, let me know what your thoughts are about this. Again, let me just make sure I cover all the bases in what he said. In terms of weaponizing marriage, yes, if somebody is not married. Now, hey, let's also push back a little bit, right? If you show up to an event and the aunties are there, some of the aunties that will say, when are you getting married? They are not married themselves. Okay, it's just societal standards, but societal standards does translate to societal pressure, right? So we have to acknowledge that it's pressure for a lot of people. It's a lot of pressure and it can be annoying, right? But I also have to tell you that you're probably not going to be able to control the whole society and get them to shut up suddenly. You might want to manage your expectations around societal structures, societal pressures. You might need to equip yourself so you're able to stand some of this stuff when they come. It's really all about how you respond. That's what it comes down to. If you engage, they will engage. If you don't engage, if you see it as just what it is, maybe weakness on their own part, it won't be as bad. It suddenly won't be as bad. But it might be that difficult for you if it's also touching a nerve for you, right? That's why I said keep working on yourself, because at the end of the day, you will not be able to control what the society is going to do, right? They do what they, again, some of these people that will shame you, that they themselves, they're not married, or they are married inside a very unhappy marriage. So it's like you can't shame the shameless. So manage your expectations when it comes to what Kirk Franklin is doing right now. He's an influencer, so I guess you can say that. But if you're an individual and you're expecting that so suddenly one day society will shut down and they will stop asking you, when are you going to get married? It's probably not going to work, right? Maybe we can push against it a little bit so that people can... Education. The best thing we can do about this is continue to educate ourselves. That education will pass from one person to another, and eventually society will adjust. But I tell you what's going to adjust the most. What's going to adjust the society most is when you don't reward the bad behavior with an engagement. That's what's going to be the most effective way to get the change you're looking for. Don't reward the bad behavior with an engagement. Okay. All right. I think will offend people you shouldn't preach about. That is backwards to me. I understand, so it just it's a lot of nuances, and all he's asking for is just some nuances around the conversation. I think that's all he's asking for. But do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications, pay attention to the poisons. Don't be part of the people pushing poisons. How do you know it's poison? It's how it's received. Pay attention to how it's received. They might still need to hear it, but if you are aware that they might receive you wrongly, you might be able to package your message a little bit better. All right. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and I'll be right back.
Hey Prestige fam, show some love to the video. Hit like, subscribe, and share. Are you in Europe, America, and struggling in your relationship? From argument to abuse and trust issues, we're here to help.
Lola and I founded Prestige Marriage Academy to transform your story. With 20 years of friendship, 17 years of marriage, experience with navigating the ups and downs of marriage, and personalized coaching, our 12-month program, regularly priced at $9,875, includes 24/7 support. Ignorance is expensive. WhatsApp us at +1 732 305 8577 to book a free discovery session today and qualify for over $8,000 in scholarships. Take charge now.
Don't wing it.
Join us in creating the love life you deserve. Welcome back. So I'm going to play this video for you. I'm tapping from Channel TV, I guess. Yeah. Welcome back. Let me play this video for you. This is the video, we kind of touched on it briefly yesterday. The woman who tore her husband's international passport. So what happened was that she tore, they got to Nigeria. They were coming from the UK or something like that. And they got to Nigeria, and she took her husband's international passport and she tore the whole thing and threw them on the ground. Let me play this video. Let's see here. Wahala. All right, so that was the torn passport thing. I'm just going to leave that on the screen. That's the husband. So they eventually were finding out that they might be influencers, but I want to talk about it because it's very important, okay? Because the reason why this went viral is because some people will behave like this, okay? Hit the like button. Thank you. Hit the like button. Let's talk about it. All right, so let's see here. So the report here that I'm going to read is on allafrica.com. Allafrica.com. All Africa. Let me see. Wait, what are we looking at here? Okay, so as of 23 minutes ago, there's a report here on the Sun. Let me just give you the update, and then we'll talk. Right? Favor Igibo's husband has disclosed that his wife did not tear his international passport as widely reported. Okay, the wife was also, they were trying to go viral. People are hungry, Sha. Just in the spirit of trying to go viral. Now, wow. Anyway, let me see what he's saying here. All right. So he said, Favor Igiebo's husband has disclosed that his wife did not tear his international passport as widely reported. He disclosed this in a video shared on social media and cited by Daily Sun on Wednesday. The couple has been in the eye of the storm following an incident at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, over the weekend. A video of the couple getting into an altercation at the busy airport following their arrival from Europe went viral as pieces of paper suspected to be her husband's passports were scattered on the ground. First of all, me, when I saw that, I'm like, can you really tear a passport like that? It's very hard. I mean, I don't know the Nigerian passport. I haven't had the Nigerian passport in a minute. So it's very hard to, it's not that easy to tear up a passport. And also, if it's passport pages, I'll be able to kind of like see some silver linings and stuff like that. But maybe not. I don't know about Nigerian passport, Sha. But anyway, that's the first time I was looking at. It looks like just paper torn on the ground. Anyway. So as pieces of paper suspected to be her husband's passport were scattered on the ground, Favor could be heard in the video saying she tore it and had no apologies for doing so. The video caught the attention of Nigeria Immigration Service, NIS, which said it was investigating and had invited Favor for questioning. Many Nigerians on social media charged the NIS to prosecute the woman for her alleged unruly behavior. However, in Wednesday's video, her husband said his wife did not tear his passport as widely reported. The fear of the law is the beginning of wisdom. I want to send a message to appeal to the public of Nigeria and the whole world also that my wife tore is not passport, he said. He urged bloggers to establish facts before reporting issues. Please, she never tore my passport. My passport is intact. The man said while sitting behind his two female children, reiterating that his wife did not tear his passport. He explained that they were merely acting a skit to bring attention to a similar incident. Okay, we're doing a skit. It's a skit. This is somebody's story of what happened that we're passing to the world. See, I didn't even know that it would go viral, he said. He stated. He added that the NIS had cited his passport and saw it was in good condition. Okay, all right. So it was all a fake news, but let's talk about it. Let me go here. All right. So at the very minimum, we can talk about how much people are chasing cloud these days. At the very minimum, we can talk about that, right? But let me just come to before I go to the chat, let me see what we're dealing with here. Let's see. There's something here. Okay, so there was a post that I responded to. Let me see if I can still find it. There was a post. Let me see if I can find it. There was a post that was posted by Ali Baba. Okay, let me find it here. Hold on one second. Ali, the comedian Ali Baba. Ali Baba. FRC CFR Ali Baba posted the video some days back, and okay, I found it. Aha! Let me share this with you guys, so you can know I had my reasons why I wanted to have this conversation. Okay, so Ali Baba posted this, and he said, sometimes you can tell. This was as far back as 3 days ago when the news first went viral. Okay, this is what I want you to pay attention to. This is what I'm trying to train, teach, coach you to do. This is not just your good old YouTube channel. Okay, I'm actually trying to pass along a message, and I want you to pay attention to this, even if you disagree. Okay, but I want you to be aware that moving a certain type of way in the way you respond to this type of news tells more on you than it's about everybody else. Okay, so we're actually going to bring due to the tune, dotun into this. Okay, because again, there are these patterns that I want you to pay attention to. Now, Ali Baba says sometimes you can tell from a single display what many people have been going through. In this case, the wife who tore the husband's passport on arrival in Nigeria may have been going through a lot and was waiting to get to Nigeria to flex her own strength. Okay? And then Ali Baba continues, you can tell this is a man of wisdom. At the very most, he's not giving his own opinion. He's just trying to get you to see perspectives. And then he allows you to think. He goes on, he says, on the other hand, the man may also have been going through a lot, and this behavior may also not be new to him. Now, that begs the question, is this behavior not toxic? Or better put, is this public display not too much of a reaction, even in the state of anger? What do you think? Okay, so it's a fair question, but at least it's a question. Okay, me, I can always appreciate somebody asking an open-ended question. Right, they might have their own opinion, but it's not every time you need to share your opinion. It's not every opportunity you're given. That sometimes, especially if it's if you notice that you have bias with the story, you might want to pay attention to how you respond to these kind of things. So Dotun said, there is no jurisdiction. Oh, sorry, not jurisdiction. There is no justification for displaying that in public or in front of your kids. Tearing his passport does not justify a pain. If you don't want him anymore, leave the marriage. Right? Dotun sounds like the rest of everybody else. Women, men, feminists, manosphere. It sounds like the rest of them, right? It sounds like people that don't collect shege from woman. Anyway, if you don't want him anymore, leave the marriage. It's that simple. It's that simple. Just leave the marriage. In reality, is that simple to just leave a marriage? No. I know you have an opinion. Just let's go back. Step away from your opinion. In reality, is this simple to leave a marriage? Okay. I think if at the very minimum, we can acknowledge that it is not easy. It might be a simple move. It is not easy. But anyway, I'm just nitpicking his words. There's somewhere I'm going here. For her to do that in public shows more than meets the eye. Assumptions, right? Is making a conclusion. From where? He doesn't really know them. Just like Ali Baba, he doesn't really know them like that. But he's making his assumption. He's allowed to make an assumption. Assumptions are like assholes. Well, it starts with ASS too. Everybody got one, right? So he's allowed, but I'm also allowed to react. That's all. I'm also allowed to extract lessons from them. So he's making a conclusion that he knows this lady. He doesn't. We don't know her, right? You can argue, but getting physical and taking such actions is a little above waters. In a country that works, she should be arrested. So let me use Dotun's point. So that's what a lot of people are saying. She should be arrested. She should be arrested. She should be arrested. Even the NIS themselves, they're not going to just arrest. At least they're not supposed to. Nigeria, you never know. They might just arrest you first. So the NIS, they extend invitation first, and then they will actually verify before they decide what they want to do. So, but anyway, when I saw that comment, I was like, ooh, I see an opportunity. Let me drag in small. So I went into the comment. Let me see. I don't want to hide this. I want everybody to see this. Where is my comment? Let me see. Don't tell me it's been deleted. It might have been deleted. Oh, it's not deleted. You never know. You never know. But before I go into my comments, let me come to the chat. Let me come to the chat. I went too far already. Now hit the like button. Thank you. Hit the like button. You're not just embarrassing him, you're embarrassing yourself as a lady in public. That's sad. And young generations are like mommy. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else here. Let's see. Welcome Yes TV. Welcome Beyond Braids. Welcome Cherish Olivia TV. Everybody, please go support this content creators. Cherish Olivia TV is also a content creator. If you can find our link, please help me post in the chat. Let me see. And welcome, Black Diamond. Let's see. Serious, my baby talk. Will a cheater? Just walk in the hotel lobby when I'm checking in. Walk by my car. What am I missing here? But why video it to the public, and was it another passenger? People make me sick. Shake my head. That's a good question, Lady Navarra. Who is recording the video? You know what? When people want to react to this kind of stuff, they don't pay attention to that. Right? Who's recording? Why are they recording? Is it a public recording? Who is recording? Right? Nobody asks, right? They're not asking that. How much more asking like, wait, what could make somebody react like that? No, there's no need to find out why they react like that. That's terrible, right? So people will rather just focus on the obvious, which is the fact that she's wrong. Nobody should be tearing up any kind of passport anywhere, no matter what. But the key word in what I just said is should. Okay, that's a fantasy. The reality is that in real life, when people are angry, they do things they're not supposed to do. They do wrong things when people are angry. This is why I talk about this. Hey, when it comes to anger, you need to be aware that you're capable of doing things you always told yourself you're not capable of doing. You always told yourself that would never be you. In fact, not only that, you've judged other people. This is why we say apply some grace, right? Now, there are consequences for committing a crime. If that was an actual passport, there are it's actually against the state. It's actually a crime against the state. But nobody else wants to talk about everything else. What is everything else? Everything else is the question that Ali Baba is asking. What were they going through? We like to do prevention is better than care, only when it's better than curing, only when it's convenient, right? What can we haven't turned up any passport anywhere. What can we learn from this? What can we learn from this? You're not learning anything new by saying she's wrong. She knew she was wrong. She was actually trying to do the wrong thing, right? Some people online said it's to chase clout, and she said that people don't know what she's going through, that she had to do it in Nigeria. I thought they were having DV issues. Yeah. So anyway, welcome Uncle Beno. So I'm gonna say this. No, the obvious is that nobody should be tearing any kind of passports. Nobody should be jumping up and down in the public because you're upset with your husband or creating drama. In fact, what we heard at that time was that they had been creating drama inside of the airplane. You know, you can get arrested when you hit ground. If you cause trouble inside of an airplane, you know they can actually arrest you after they hit the ground. Just in case you don't know, that's a federal restricted area. You're not supposed to be committing. You have to conduct yourself if you're in that kind of space, right? Anyway, we're finding out that it's all fake. I'm going to read my comments that I said to Dotun that triggered Dotun. Dotun got triggered, and it wasn't funny. Dotun got triggered. It wasn't funny, but it was kind of funny. But I'm glad he got triggered. Let me see. So I said, Dotun, but you're wrong. Your focus on justification is short-sightedness. We all can see that she's wrong. But what else can people watching learn from it? Okay, now let's go back. Just to be fair to Dotun, most people actually agree with him, right? Dotun, thank you, Uncle Dotun. I've been actually seeing this post up and down since morning. That's so bad. In the presence of their kids. What for? I actually feel for those kids because their brain is so sharp. What they brought at that moment will keep coming. Now remember, follow me here. Okay, follow me, I beg. Remember, they are claiming now that they shot the skit so that they can push a narrative that they saw somewhere else before. Yeah. So in real life, when it happened, nobody reacted. So they wanted to shoot a skit, right? So again, this is hitting a nerve. You know why? Because the nerve that is hitting is what most people pay attention to. What else do we know about most people inside of relationships and marriages? Then they collect shege. They're always stuck on right and wrong. They are always obsessed with fairness. they can't see that their obsession with fairness is actually hurting them. They can't see that far. That's what I mean by short-sightedness. So to be fair to Dotun, most people would actually agree with him. Okay, most people will say that's the wrong thing. Don't do the wrong thing. Let's just call a spade, right? That's to be fair to Dotun, and it's normal for most people to feel that way. Okay, but I'm calling our attention to what else, right? You know, most people they live in their marriage with complacency. Why? Because they're waiting until everything has completely broken down communication, where the person is committing the wrong thing, like tearing up a passport, so that they can call the person out that you're wrong. It's like, but you have no idea what I've been going through. What could you have been going through? That's the question they will ask the person. What could you have been going through that will make you, in front of your kids, be yelling at your husband? People wait until they see that before they see what could lead to that. How do I know? Because of what they are paying attention to in this, right? Somebody said, God bless you, Doctor. Imagine, are you Tonye now, right? Now that's accurate. It's true. It's not that deep. Why would anybody tear up a passport? You know what? That's a valid question. Let's ask and mean it when we ask. Let's do some more. Let's ask and wait for the answer. Don't just conclude that the person is just a bad person. When you ask, what could make a person tear up a passport? Again, we're just making an assumption that this is just another bad behavior that somebody committed, or somebody hit you below the belt, or they said the wrong thing in a relationship with you, and you felt so offended that how could they, and now you're resenting that, and it's so much, and you're ready to give up, right? And you've concluded that they must just be a bad person. But in your talking point, you now say things like, how could you? But you don't really want the answer. You're just saying that so you can scold them even further. Right? It's a rhetorical question for the most part. How could you say that to me? How could you act like that in public and embarrass us? No, it's a valid question. Let's wait for the answer. That's all I'm saying. Are you patient enough for the answer? Oh, no. Something has possessed you. You need deliverance, right? People will jump right from the question to you need deliverance. This is what most people do, okay? Somebody said, you said it all. This is all the complete. So I'm like, oh, everybody's supporting Dotun. I see, let me come inside. I didn't mean to be a devil's advocate, but I really meant what I wanted to say. And it was a question, you know. Someone said, I completely agree with you, brother. I hope the Nigeria Immigration Services see this video as it goes viral. And if they do, she should be prosecuted. So the same thing we don't want to happen, which is that family to split apart, should just go ahead and happen so that she can be arrested. Listen, the reality is that she will be arrested if she commits a crime. I'm just saying. It's kind of interesting that we kind of want what we don't want. Okay, all right. Let's keep going. Somebody said, absolutely correct. She should be arrested. The passport doesn't belong to her husband, but a property of the government. Suddenly, people become intelligent. They start telling her what the laws are. The passport is the property of the, blah, 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 blah. Did you see section 226 of 260? Like, I was like, take a deep breath. Relax. Listen, if she commits a crime, ladies and gentlemen, if you commit a crime, it doesn't matter how they will give your children away to the government, okay? I just want to put that there. But then when I started seeing that, I was like, Then I go back to the caption that Ali Baba gave, which he said, sometimes you can tell. Sometimes you can tell from a single display what many people have been going through. In this case, the wife who tore the husband's passport on arrival in Nigeria may have been going through a lot and was waiting to get to Nigeria to flex our own strength. By the way, that's not your strength. Tearing up a passport is not a strength, and it's not a flex either. That's terrible. But your emotions might tell you that. Your emotions will basically put you in a position where you're what's the word? Like you're paralyzed. You can't think straight. You just want to hurt the other person so badly. Why? Because hurt people. So check yourself, right? On the other hand, the man may also have been going through a lot. And this behavior may also not be new to him. right? And then he asks a question, what do you think? Is this overreaction? Of course it's overreaction. Guess what people do when they're angry? Overreact, literally. Is it right or wrong? It's wrong. What else can we learn from it? Nothing, it's just wrong. You see, that's the problem. So we wait until things are completely damaged before we take action. Yeah? We wait until things are completely damaged. We wait until something looks like wrong to you before you take action. You're not paying attention to how your very innocent move about life could actually be robbing other people off wrongly over a period of time. No, you're not paying attention to that because after all, you are doing the right thing. You're not paying attention to that because who cares about emotions? Like, this is real world. We have real bills to pay. Who is caring about emotions? You're not paying attention to it. Anyway, finally, let me see. Don't tell me it disappeared though. Don't tell me it disappeared. Okay, so, and I said, but you're wrong. So Dotun came back, firing back left and right. I felt it here. He said, you clearly spoke with absolute ignorance. You shall want to type, Sha. I said there is no justification, because you had to focus on something that was clearly spelled out to make an absolute petty point. Read to understand, not to reply. Now, let me point out something here. Majority of the people in this chat responded positively in favor of Dotun's point. Somehow, Dotun can only see the person that disagreed with him. Human beings, I tell ya. Why not respond to all the... We're all like that, by the way. I just want you to pay attention to the way our brain works. It works backwards. See, all your right and wrong rhetorics, right? The government is going to make sure of that anyway, and you're going to go to jail if you do something stupid anyway. The part that they're not going to put you in jail is your emotional issues, your emotional catastrophes. They can't really come into that because it's chaotic. They don't know where to come in, and they can only come into so many things, right? Anyway, he wanted to respond to the negative one because we're all like that, and I want you to pay attention to it. Anyway, so I think I came back. I think I said, let me see. I said Dotun. No, that's the first one. Let's see. Okay. Where is it though? Don't tell me. Where is it? There's a reply that I gave. Okay, so I gave another reply. Where is it? I'm seeing repetition here. Anyway, what I said essentially was that because he's trying to claim that he said there is no justification, so it's not focused on justification. No. The word no, the mind does not understand the word no. The mind understands the subject of that context, which is justification. He said there's no justification because he's trying to shame and get that person arrested. And that wasn't the question that was being asked. The question that was being asked is that, what do you think? Is this an overreaction? Yes, it's an overreaction. Is it justifiable? Well, it's the NIS that would determine that. Well, could this have been a skit all along? Why are we overreacting to this? Well, we're not overreacting. It's quite divided. People are only reading this from the side of their brain that works. I really hope you get something out of my rant on this one. But let me come to the chat for a few minutes, and then we'll get into the main topic of the day. Chidima said, I want active reading, no more active listening. No, I said there's no justification. That doesn't mean you're not focused on justification. English language. Just because you said there's no justification does not mean you're not focused on justification. Hello, listen to me. Just because you said verbatim there's no justification does not mean you're not focused on or obsessed with fairness. Okay. English language. Emotions. People avoid difficult conversation in marriage only to end up exploding. Yes. That's it. So now they'll say, that's just wrong. I was like, yeah, you're right, it's wrong. What else did you learn from that? Yes, you're right, it's wrong. What else is going on? Nothing else. You should never do that. See, exactly. Nothing else. Let's just split all our marriages apart. Then everybody should go their different ways. Isn't that what people are doing? Well, that's what they end up doing. That's what they kind of end up doing. So, but yeah, I just wanted to point that out real quick. So yes, this story is fake. It's news, but it doesn't matter. How did people react today? What types of nerves did this touch? How were people overreacting? How did the Dotuns of the world overreacting? Where did people not soon talk or see? What direction is everybody facing in this one right here? If everybody is facing that direction, you might need to face that direction. But I would pay attention, because sometimes when everybody is facing that direction, it might still be the wrong direction. But the part that most people don't pay attention to is the emotions, the emotional aspect of things. Applying emotional intelligence in what is it that we're talking about, But yeah, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'll be right back.
Hey Prestige fam, show some love to the video. Hit like, subscribe, and share. Are you in Europe, America, and struggling in your relationship? From argument to abuse and trust issues, we're here to help.
Lola and I founded Prestige Marriage Academy to transform your story. With 20 years of friendship, 17 years of marriage, experience with navigating the ups and downs of marriage, and personalized coaching, our 12-month program, regularly priced at $9,875, includes 24/7 support. Ignorance is expensive. WhatsApp us at +1 732 305 8577 to book a free discovery session today and qualify for over $8,000 in scholarships. Take charge now.
Don't wing it.
Join us in creating the love life you deserve. All right, welcome back. Do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. Let's talk about this young lady right here. I have slept with over 3,000 men. What's your first reaction to this? What's the first thought that comes to your mind? She said, I have slept with over 3,000 men. Wala, wala, wala. Wala, wala, wala. I don't think she said 3,000. I think she said way above 1,000. She might have said that. I don't know. But let me find it real quick. Honest Bunch. She was on Honest Bunch. Her name Esther NWACHUKWU, Esther Sky. She was also on Daddy Freeze. She was also on Daddy Freeze. Let me pull. That's more recent. Let me pull what she said on Daddy Freeze for you guys, so you guys can see. That's more recent. She actually, I guess she's confirming it. Let me see here. Okay, here we go. Shout out to Daddy Freeze. Black Diamond says, stop the cap. Stop the cap. Nigerians don't like when people talk truth. Another truth teller in the house. Truth teller.
Stop the cap.
She's doubling down. She's doubling down. Now who talk truth? Okay, you see patterns. Wait, let me pause this. Hold on. Wait, are you done HIV test? She always do test every 6 months. Okay, all right. Let me stop there for a second. So, Punch News said Nigerian actress Esther NWACHUKWU has claimed that she has slept with over 3,000 men in her lifetime. NWACHUKWU made this disclosure during a recent episode of the Honest Bunch podcast, where she also confessed her preference for married men, whom she described as more important, mature, and understanding. My body count is more than 1,000. I have had sex, and I quote, my body count is more than 1,000. Don't clip me. And I quote, my body count is more than 1,000. I have had sex with more than 1,000 men. I just clocked 30 on July 7th. Okay. She further admitted that she has lost track of the exact number, estimating it to be over 3,000 men across different countries, including Nigeria, Cyprus, Turkey, Kenya, and Ghana. The actress was unapologetic about her choice to avoid single men, explaining that married men are more appealing because they do not last long in bed, preferring to conserve their energy for their wives. Oh, she actually likes married men because they don't last long in bed. Anyway, I do not have sex with single men. Married men are more important. Okay, repetition. NWACHUKWU also shared a controversial view on marriage, arguing that sex workers make the best wives due to their extensive experience. The best girls to marry in this generation are prostitutes, oloshos, because they have had experience with several kinds of manhood. So once you marry an olosho, she will be faithful because she already had sex with several men. She added, the Delta-born actress expressed her desire to become the 8th wife of Senator Ned Nwoko. I wanted to be Ned Nwoko's 8th wife. In this generation, women love money more than love. You know, I like when this kind of thing comes out. If you like to generalize, you know, you should like small worry. This is what it looks like when they take your worry to the next level. Right. When questioned about her views on love, she responded bluntly, nobody marries for love these days. Did Dangote's daughter marry a poor man? You know, when you say things like, let me say, all men are scum, there's no good women anymore in society, you know, most men, or you say 95% off, or you say 80% off, or you say 50% off when you're when you do that, when you general, you like to see, I told you, we all generalize, but when you're obsessed with your generalized ideas, this is what they will look like when they take it to the next level for you. I just wanted to, that's all. I'm just being petty today. I just wanted to point it out for you. It's not just me saying don't generalize. If you disagree with this person today, I don't know why you're disagreeing with her, because all she's doing is just telling the truth, right? What is she doing? What did she say? She said, I'm telling the truth. Listen. She know they knock without protection. She's just telling the truth. She's told the truth now. Of course, she felt like she's achieved something. She's just telling the truth.
Let the poor
breathe. Ola, let's just be honest. Let's not pretend like we don't know that people are knocking everywhere now. People are just knocking everywhere. All these ladies out here, their body counts are 3,000. It's just me that I'm telling the truth. And then you want to castigate me. Nigerians know they like liars.
Why the fuck you lying?
Nigerians know they like truth tellers.
Abba, they lie. Sabi lie.
Nigerians don't like truth tellers. Who is going to argue with him now? Who's going to check her? Is it the bloggers that like the clouds? Is it that he frees? That this is attention. Let's get some attention. Right? Somebody says she is beautiful and has suffered much abuse through her life. May Allah guide her. Okay, that's another angle of the podcast. But this lady is coming out with full chest to say, listen, all these people judging me, they have slept with 3,000 people. Myself, I need to breathe. Yeah.
Let be poor. Breathe.
This topic is about generalization. I just want you to show you what the way they look like if they take it to the next level for you. That's all. We'll go and check me, boo. She should change that last name, which is my regained maiden name. Oh, NWACHUKWU. And she should marry Ned as desired. Nwoko was my married name. Go figure. Wala. Sorry, oh, sir. Sorry. That's what it looks like. Hello, Tonya. That's what the problems look like right there. Lady never said not shocked if anything. No more Ola, sorry. No, so much has happened and changed in this world. That's not the worst we've heard. We're freaky. You know, it's not that like okay, so she's telling our truth. But for her to come and say that all these people judging her have slept with 3,000 people? Are there even 3,000 people in the world? Nah, that's cap. That is big red cap.
Stop the cap.
Here's red cap. Let's focus on the generalization part. How did she know? How did she know? Let me play a little bit more. Everybody has their life to live. She says reality. So ties. Wala. Let me play a little bit of the actual honest bunch. Hold on one second. Did you hear that part? Okay, so listen to that part very clearly. Lady Nevo, how do you feel about this? There's patterns everywhere. You just have to pay. Okay, I don't know. You have to hit rock bottom and then start paying attention. There's patterns of this type of human beings everywhere. You can see them. They also tend to follow the same type of rhetoric. Okay, look at this. Man can beat you. A man can beat you. Can cheat on you. As long as you're getting money. She said money is love. She doesn't mind. I think I rest my case. Let's leave it at that. Again, we're talking, it's not a matter of whether we believe her or not, okay? If she slept with 3,000 people, she's precisely exactly an Olosho, a prostitute. That's the only, there's a certain lifestyle that can contain that many human beings, okay? That's the bottom line. The idea that an average person is just walking around sleeping with 3,000, not even men, not even an average man, okay? I don't care if you're 30, I don't care if you're 60. Okay, well, remember the key word being average. We should be able to hear some of this stuff and be able to call it out. We don't have to wait for proofs to be able to say, hey, this person is full of shit of igbe.
Abba, is lie. Sabi lie.
We should be able to pick things like that up. You don't need facts. You don't need facts. Now, again, the idea that the world is devolving, this world is just getting more and more terrible. If you're overly engaged with that rhetoric, then I can see why you might see things like this, like, I hate it, budget. This world is getting worse and worse. Just, really? 3,000, an average person? Come on now. If you're a sex worker, yes. Because that's literally what you do every night. You knock 10 people every night. I get that. But the moment she started getting into all this other rhetorics, he actually went as far as basically sizing up Nedu and say Nedu has a big dick. husband material has a small dick. How can you tell? I just can't tell. Come on, you have to hear all that before you know this girl is full of shit. She actually said that. What am I talking about here? Discernment. Don't wait until facts to be able to pick up some bullshit. Don't wait until you are inside of a marriage. 3 years in before you say, yeah, I just couldn't tell. No, some things you should be able to pick up. Sorry, come on. And if you can't, work on yourself. Your radars are poor. They need to be able to pick up some bullshit. It's called discernment. Feel me? Anyway, I just wanted to touch that. Let me know what your thoughts are. No, she simply needs help. No normal sane person would talk and behave like that. Thank you. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. Let's get into this P Square stuff, shall we? Let's get in on this P Square stuff. I'll be right back.
Hey Prestige fam, show some love to the video. Hit like, subscribe, and share. Are you in Europe, America, and struggling in your relationship? From argument to abuse and trust issues, we are here to help.
Lola and I founded Prestige Marriage Academy to transform your story. With 20 years of friendship, 17 years of marriage, experience with navigating the ups and downs of marriage, and personalized coaching, our 12-month program, regularly priced at $9,875, includes 24/7 support. Ignorance is expensive. WhatsApp us at +1 732 305 8577 to book a free discovery session today and qualify for over $8,000 in scholarships. Take charge now.
Don't wing it.
Join us in creating the love life you deserve.
P Square. Rude boy. He has never spoken, but something has made him. Finally, he wanted to speak up. P Square. Let's talk about P Square. P Square, Nigerian music duo composed of the twin brothers Peter Okoye and Paul Okoye. Songs like, Danger Invasion. No, albums like Danger Invasion, Double Trouble, Get Squared. Probably the biggest group out of Nigeria ever. I think it's safe to say that. But P Square has a few hit songs out there. I'm not going to start naming them right now. I think my favorite is No One Like You. That song, yeah, that's my favorite of P Square. That song. But I also like one of the most recent ones. But anyway, they're breaking up for the 50th time. They are actually twin brothers in real life. In real life, they are twin brothers. All right. So these guys, they've been going back and forth. But there's also a third element to this. He said element, Abby. No. There's a third element. There's a fourth element. Okay. Potentially a fifth element. Also a sixth element. Okay. Namely, okay, we have Lola. Right. Lola. What's her last name? Omotayo. We have Jude Okoye, their elder brother. That's another element. We have, the element is talking about is Peter Okoye, his twin brother. But we have him himself, Paul Okoye. We have money, another element. Somebody said, check my system. Are you talking about me? Can you guys hear me? Let me check my system. Can you guys hear me? Oh, somebody couldn't hear me. Check your system. I'm loud. Mercy, I'm here. Welcome, Natu. I've been Natu, you don't hear before. Can you guys hear me? Let me know you can hear me. Oh, I should just check. All right, good. We're good to go. All right, so there's multiple elements. There's a lot of elements to this, But these guys, they blew up back in I'll say maybe around 2001 or so. That's when I started paying attention to them. Thank you, Chia. I started paying attention around 2001. So they've been around for a minute. At this point, P Square, both of them are legends. They are considered legends because Afrobeat is actually kind of young anyway. Right. So anyway, let me read a little bit of their bio again. Noted for their artistic reinventions, musical versatility, and visual presentation, they are widely regarded as one of the most influential African acts of all time. One of the most successful music groups out of Africa. I think P Square would actually give Usher a run. Usher is really good, but they're very good in terms of dancing, presentation, performance, but even their vocal capabilities. They are very, very good at what they do, you know. So yeah, easy, yeah, oh, that's another one of my favorites. Personally, that's one of the most recent ones. Not that recent, but personally, I like that song too. So yeah, most people know them, but I wanted to cover this story because particularly this guy that is talking, Rude Boy, his nickname is actually Paul Okoye. He's been talking for a while. Unfortunately, his wife left him a while back. Now you might say, what does that have to do with what's going on right now? We will link it all together, I promise. Let's listen a little bit more to this. He's talking about the element now. You see, the fact is that there's a lot that we don't know. That's very true. That there's a lot that we don't know. But Baba, we know enough to formulate an opinion. It's just opinion. It's no big deal. It's opinion, okay? We're just trying to extract some lessons here. Maybe we can learn one or two things, okay? Let's keep going. Is the audio not good enough? Can you guys hear Rude Boy talking or no? Let me see. Okay, you guys need to let me know up front. Thank you. It's not good, so let me refresh. I'll refresh. I'll be back. He's at. Welcome back. All right, you guys should be able to hear it now.
That's I call him the singer. You start heading to your head,
and it starts to grow.
And you start growing. Then you start acting somehow, So,
but can we say just like she asked, are P Square good right now?
No,
they're not.
Well, I said before. I will tell you I don't say anything about it, but something happened that I didn't begin to see that I need to start speaking up because it got to a level where I can. Like what I never expected happened to me.
Okay, so he wants to start speaking up. Let's see what else is saying.
Now,
if you've ever dreamed of owning an apartment complex and you live near one of these cities, then you've got to see the same ad that
all of a sudden I can guarantee you that maybe because you guys are media, we have a song that we did with T.I. To start because the content of that song, they did not hear that voice. They did not hear that kind of thing they want to hear. They have something to say. I'm just waiting for them to finish their vitamin P protest. When they are done, boy featuring
it's on everything, right? The same
P Square sound. I said it before.
All right. It's actually the case, and
yeah, but that's the issue.
Don't rub it in my face, type of thing. Like, oh my God,
bro. Like I say, you can see I've never been outspoken, but like I say, then That's why you have food. And Paul is cleared. Everything you accuse him of, we've done an investigation. No. And what was
Okay, so now I found it. So he's talking about there was a petition that was filed, something like that, and it was invited by the EFCC, Nigeria's equivalent of FBI. And that's what he's talking about right now. Let's listen to it.
They started investigation. I was there. That was that the kind of question they started asking myself. I wasn't comfortable anymore. I said, what is this? Then, when I knew it was a bit kind of serious, was when I said, you have to get the shorty, you have to get the lawyer, you have to get this. I said,
Whoa.
what?
Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa.
I did everything.
Whoa.
Then, what then happened? 1 month ago, they called me, they called him, they called other brother. Say, first of all, we have to say that after all investigation, Paul is innocent, first. And Paul is cleared. Everything you accuse him of, we've done an investigation. No.
Who is you accusing him? Let's go back a little bit.
What I had was, he told me in his face that, in fact, he wants to quit. I said, okay. Can we make it public? No. What would that happen? When I go solo, they'll call me the bad person. Do you understand what I'm saying?
That's why you're speaking out more now.
So now, that's why I said I need to start speaking.
I'm scrambling around, but you're getting the gist, right? Don't worry, I'll bring you up to speed.
I have this thing they're hearing now because I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
But if I can't, the new P square was more like, okay, there was peace, there was everything, but I needed the mistake of others.
All right, so let's talk now. Okay, so P Square, they used to live together. They had like a big house and stuff like that. They used to live together with the whole family. They got married and all that kind of stuff. At some point, Peter Paul Okoye moved out of the house. Are you paying attention? At some point, he moved out with his girl, Lola Omotayo. Right now, they try to bring in that she's much older than her. I mean, sorry, than him, right? She's like almost 10 years older than her, right? Sorry, than him. she's much more older than him, and they try to bring that in. I think it's a relevant information too, because again, this conversation we want to have, there's involvement of a little bit of in-law drama in it. Okay, that's why. So the Jude stuff is not just a manager issue, as much as they like to paint it as is a manager money disagreement. No, it's a lot of in-law stuff going on in there, right? And obviously there's money as well, right? So, but anyway, at some point, I think Peter started complaining that his wife, Lola Omotayo, let me see if I can find Lola Omotayo's picture, so you guys can put a picture to all of this, right? That she's not being treated fairly by Jude, who is their elder brother. So that was creating a lot of drama between them. So eventually, remember, you know this whole thing where people said, let's just come together and build a family and all of us can stay in one compound, just like of the olden days. This is Lola Omotayo with her husband. They're still married. Now, yes, she's much older than him. But also, I've noticed something about Peter. I'm looking at Peter's comment here from April 2023. There's a report here on Daily Post. Remember when we covered the story, the Akimi story, that all of Nigerians, that everybody was just shouting, your mother is your family, your wife is a stranger. We covered that a little bit yesterday too. So there's actually a report here on Daily Post during the Akimi story last year. I didn't realize that's already like over a year ago. So apparently Peter said, marry your mother if you can't trust your wife. Okay. So again, there's certain mindset here, right? There's a certain mindset here. I'm going to read this real quick. Nigerian famous singer Peter Okoye of the P Square Music Group has reacted to the divorce of the defender Ashraf Hakimi. The social media was flooded with reports of the millionaire footballer divorcing his wife, Hiba Abuk, on Friday, even though at one point they told us that the whole news was fake. There was no credibility to the story. Nigerians like, no, my mother is my family. Anyway, the fact that he will say this, right? tells me, it gives me a good idea of his mindset as opposed to Paul Okoye's mindset, just off of the limited information that we have. So this is his wife. So anyway, at some point, Peter moved out of the house. They called it, I think they called it Squareville. Like, they had studios. Everybody knew what that was back then, you know. He moved out, and that's how people started to speculate on some kind of division between the two of them, right? Also, at the same time, Peter was also complaining that, you know, so at some point, even myself, I was like, why is this guy always complaining about his siblings and stuff like that? I'm really just starting to pay attention to their full story, you know. But he was complaining about not just his twin brother, but also the elder brother, who is Jude, who was their manager, okay? So he was complaining that Jude was being disrespectful to their wife. Now, some of the reports are also saying that the wife was also very instrumental in how they came to the limelight back in the late 90s into early 2000s. Apparently, she used to work for some entertainment edge of a big corporation company at the time. So she was instrumental. So, you know, again, this is now a matter of money between a wife. If you understand what the position of a wife is in a family in Nigeria, you know, that's like, you know, like, stay in your place, like, stay in your lane kind of deal. Like, we handle this. This is our money, not your wife. You know what I mean? You get it? You don't get it? Okay, just forget about it. But anyway, so Peter was fighting for his wife to be respected. He moved out. But from all the stories, what I am getting is like, it's not just a matter of just this is about money, right? It's a matter of there was also some elements of the family did not want him to be with that girl, because again, you to think about it, your son, who is 26 years old, is bringing home a woman of 35 years old. And your son in recent time has just blown. Is a popular musician, bringing in a lot of money, right? You as a mother, you're like, it's like another Akimi story. So it is no wonder, right? It's no wonder that, you know, Peter can probably relate with Akimi in that way. Again, we all tend to relate with the size of the story that makes the most sense with us, the side of our brain that works. Anyway, so there's been quite a few statements from Paul over time. Like, for example, the comment, I never seem to understand him too. Marriott, it's not just you, but I was trying to listen, and sorry for boring you out with that. But what he was saying essentially is that his brother called the EFCC on him, and in recent time he's also said he doesn't want to be a part of it again. Then he went ahead to tell us all the songs he's written. He's written more than 90 plus something percent of all the songs and stuff like that. So he was basically just saying, listen, I wrote most of the songs. And so again, that's aligning with some of the accusations that Peter gave in the past, which is the fact that he's been reduced. He felt like he was reduced down to a dancer. So now he's talking for the first time. According to him, he's now gained the courage to talk for the first time. I beg to differ. He's been talking quite a lot, especially when anything has to do, like, for example, he had something interesting to say about Cedar Budge. I actually think he actually got some lashback from Cedar Budge too, because he, you know, every time he sees an opportunity to, you know, he does that. But anyway, he's filed, his wife has since filed for divorce. So, but I have to give him credit. He does a good job when it comes to their public presentation as a co-parent. So he does a good job at that. But then he always, from what I always see, he always seems like he has some subliminals. He looks like it seems like he's looking for opportunities in all the other trendy news to throw subliminals. It's just something I've personally noticed myself, you know. But again, I could be wrong, because he's right. We don't know 99% of what's going on behind the scenes. But what we know is that family, there's a problem. Okay. What we also know is that Peter has managed to keep his family together. Right. In fact, what we know is that as early as back as some years back, Peter has removed his wife and his family away from the square view, the family compound. The family compound thing, I like the idea. It's just dangerous. You know, I bring everybody together. Everybody loves me. My family, I'm like the superstar in my family. I like it too. That was me. Ideally, that's what we want to have, a big, happy family. But it's so dangerous. Oh my God. It's so dangerous. Why? Why can't people just get along? Me too, I'm asking the same question. Why can't people just get along? I have the same question. But one thing we know is that it's often hard for people to get along. At some point, they were trying to hide the hours between them. There was rumors that they broke up. Everybody in like, what? They're twins. How can they break up? That doesn't make any sense. What is this? Some kind of Destiny Child nonsense? How can they break up? It's impossible, right? Eventually, the story started leaking into the public, and let me play this for you. This actually got leaked into the public eventually. Watch this.
If I call your house, what's gonna happen? I bring my coffee.
Shout out to Nesville.
If I call your coffee, come. If I call nigga, you don't repeat it. See, repeat it. Peter, shame on you. Peter, boss, say shame on you. Stop it. Boss, say shame on you. Stop your lawyer. You're a shame. Go on, give me a minute.
So it looks like that was shout out to Linda AKG blog and Nesville. It looks like that was Peter filming that. You know how people say, let me film evidence. I need evidence, right? But that's between brothers. That's very, very, very sad, So anyway, I wanted to pull out some of these lessons because I feel like a lot of people, they really, again, that's just wrong. I know it's wrong. Families should be able to live in the same compound and get along. We should be able to invite our parents over and they should stay for as long as they can. You should. But are you prepared for that? Have you set up the foundation for that? No. Family can do business together. Yes, they should be able to do business together. Did you set up the right foundation for that? Can you ever comprehend what I'm talking about? Because sometimes when you haven't seen what it can look like, how nasty it can get, you can't really comprehend what we're talking about. The only thing you can see is, well, what are we doing if we can't come together and just get along? That's all you can see. But once you don't collect shege, you probably can relate it to what I'm saying. It's real. It's real. So I'm saying this again. They're splitting again right now. I'm not surprised. Who are they going to blame it on? The wives? Right? Now, one of the wives has moved on. Paul is remarried, traditionally remarried a new younger girl, right? And yesterday we covered that story with Uche, who was making a commentary on it, right? Like, he was saying, like, you're going to mess up your next marriage. Again, Peter is also complaining of Jude and Paul, his twin brother, ganging up on him, right? Ganging up on him, like, wait, what do you mean, right? Wait, is Lola Omotayo, his wife, involved? Yes. He's defending his wife, he's protecting his wife, right? Was the other wife before that involved? Not so. The only thing we found out is that at some point she basically just filed for divorce and left, and now they're the best co-parents in town. So he's correct. We will never know everything that's going on behind the scenes, but what I can see here is that there's too much going. They are brothers. It sounds evil to try to tear brothers apart, but brothers, let me advise you. See, my brother and I, you guys met my brother last week. This is something that we've had to understand. It's something we have to manage, okay? Well, what kind of wives are you married to that can allow you to come together? You're right. But do you have the foundation for what you're... Listen, it's not just about your wives. It's about any type of collaborative efforts between human beings. It will create friction. Do you have the capacity to withstand the friction that will be created? Abi, you're like, no, it shouldn't be. Should not be. Are you fantasizing again? You're fantasizing again. So they broke up. That fight we saw right there. They reunited in 2021 and they tried to bring things back together. But unfortunately, I think also they involved some other. In fact, as of yesterday, there's this video. Let me see if I can play this video for you real quick. Let's look at this video. See this video?
It's my family.
This video of Peter Obi visiting. This is the elder brother and Paul. So elder brother and Paul, they seem to be on the same page. It looks like their third twin brother, like they're triplets. They all look alike, right? So somebody was saying, oh, maybe he's trying to mediate between the two of them. Let me tell you something about this, people. For someone to mediate between the two of them, or the 3 or 4 or 5 of them, they better know what they're doing. You know why it's very hard to mediate between the two of them? Because the families are involved. Who is the family? Well, his wife, Lola Okoye, and Jude, both playing the role of some type of manager, right? Human emotions are not your mate. This type of people also tend to like emotions. Why are we dealing here? People disagree with each other all the time. What is the issue? Exactly. So there are emotions involved. Are you prepared? Are you prepared to handle bringing the whole family together to do business together? Most people, the reality is that most people are not prepared for that. They're not. Okay, if anybody has figured it out, it's because they don't collect first. They collect shaggy. They don't show each other shaggy first, and then somehow they're lucky enough that somebody picks up the pieces, and then they have to navigate the emotions. When you mix in marriage with all of that, it's a dangerous game. Very, very dangerous game to play. So again, I guess Peter realized that even though they reunited, Peter was like, you know what? I don't know. I don't think I think everybody should just go their separate ways. Now, let me tell you something about Lola. Lola may be matured enough to be able to handle this, but a lot of women can't handle it. The embarrassment is also a heavy weight for them to carry. It might seem like Peter is supporting his wife right now. Eventually, at some point, the shame, the embarrassment, like it seems like I'm the cause of the division in your family. Women also tend to struggle with that, even though they might have indirectly asked for it in the first place. Gentlemen, listen to me carefully. Okay, this is the part that confuses you, and you're like, so why can't they just be it's the truth across the board? Okay, they might ask you for something, but they don't mean it kind of like that, but they kind of mean it like that. This is where you need help. Okay, this is where you need help. There's a good chance that you're carrying a bigger weight than you can actually carry. So even Peter himself is not exonerated from this, but at least he's taking care of his own front, because his primary responsibility is his immediate family, and that means your wife and your kids. Everybody else go there all right. No, listen, that's how you need to, it's called priorities. That's the best chances you have at bringing the family together. You got to take care of your home front first. And yes, in the beginning, initially, it can be a very tough thing, because at the back of your mind, you're like, that's not fair. Like, that's wrong. How are you going to divide me against my family, right? That's probably what Paul did. That's probably what became a deal breaker for Paul and Anita. That's probably what led down to Anita saying, you know what, enough is enough. Of course, along with many other things, I think she's claiming infidelity, right? She might just not be able to withstand it, right? Maybe Paul is busy saying, no, stay out of this. And this one is like, babe, you're my best friend. Which one do you think is going to survive? Well, Ola, that's terrible. Why should you have to simp to a woman to survive? You're not getting it. It's called priorities. Okay, again, your best chances is to show up as a man, right? You take care of your home front, your own family first, and everybody else will follow if they belong there, right? And if you can't do that, hey, there's a cost to pay for that. Sometimes you have to divide your household. Your children will have to go to different households and stuff like that. Well, that's sad. They should be adults. You're right. They should be adults. Yeah. But I'm convinced that men are more pained. They're more disappointed. They get more disappointment from the house breaking apart. Why? Because they never expected it. They don't think it's going to be a thing until it becomes their reality.
I never expected it.
That's what makes the disappointment greater. The great disappointment is a function of your expectations. It's not just because you are better than her. The disappointment, the weight, the magnitude of the disappointment is a function of your expectations. So since men basically conclude that you have nowhere else to go until it actually happens to them. I know, sorry, big English. Sorry. Let me slow down. I hope you get it, Sha. I hope you get it. You get it? You get it?
You get it? If you don't get it, forget about it.
Forget about it. So that's what I'm seeing playing out again. What are the elements here? Again, in-laws, wives. Whose wife is whose fault is it, right? Who's the wives at fault here? Is she manipulating her husband Peter against her brother? What do you guys think? Is she manipulating her brother, the brothers against each other? Is Paul Okoye manipulating the brothers against each other? Is it possible? Yes. Welcome to the real world. Is it possible? Yes. Of course. Of course. Welcome to the real world, gentlemen. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Right? Who's responsible for that? Let me ask you. Who should be responsible for that? Wait. Who should take responsibility for that? The atrocity person caused her now? No, bro. Let me ask again. We should be responsible for that.
Not be Juju be that.
Don't be you won't be leader. You won't be leader. Yeah, use now. So it's going to take a lot of patience on your part. It's doable. Support is quite helpful. If you are denying emotions from playing out the way they're supposed to play out, you go collect. Yes.
Sorry.
Because that is just, emotions are literally the reality. If you ever say reality ever in your life, we're talking about emotions. You can talk them in all you want. You can suppress them all you want. You can. But emotions don't care.
Don't care.
It doesn't care. It doesn't care. So you suppress it, but it comes back up eventually, no matter how many years. You know when people say the truth is the emotions. The truth is undefeated. What do you mean? So we should just move in emotion? No, that's a different topic. The point is that you should acknowledge that emotions are playing a part, and you must employ emotional intelligence when you're dealing with these issues. That's the point. The point is not that you should let your emotions lead you. The point is the reverse. You should first of all acknowledge that there are emotions, and then understand that when their emotions are involved, all right and wrong, they go right out the window. But that's wrong. I know. I agree with you. That's the point. Right? So you need to be aware. You need to be self-aware about your own emotions, and then pay attention to the fact that the other person is also operating from a place of, no matter how logical they claim, they're operating from a place of emotions, right? And then understand that we live in a society, and there are societal standards and stuff like that. If you are going to swim against them, you better know what you're doing. That's all I'm saying. That's all I am saying. But there's a letter here. Peter has responded with a letter, and I want us to read the letter. Shout out to Instablog Nigeria. Number one, so Peter responded to the video of all the accusations. Right? Peter responded. Peter said, I never attempted or tried to use the EFCC, number one, to arrest my twin brother Paul. Remember, see. Now, again, let's see if it's believable, right? For me, what Paul was referencing earlier is basically an invitation. There was an investigation going on, and it was invited to clear up some things. It wasn't necessarily an arrest. It could have been, but it wasn't necessarily an arrest. Okay, but of course, he painted the picture like it was an arrest. But he also told us that he said, "You are cleared," and he went home. All right, so, but he painted that picture, and the ones that are empath with the types of Paul will say, you called the police on your brother. He said, I'll tell you, like, listen, was that police? What even if it was police? Anyway, so he said, before I tell you the whole story, here is what I need you all to understand. Hold on 1 second, please. Hold on. All right, sorry about that. Just wanted to make sure that the noise are reduced. Okay. Before I tell you the whole story, here's what I need you all to understand. It's always surprising to me when people say P Square is always bringing their family matters into the public eye. Let me clarify this. P Square is not just a family. It's a public brand. That's a good point. That is a fantastic point already. Let me come to the chat for a second before I continue this. Uncle Beno says, everybody go collect for family matter. The earlier you set boundaries, the better for you and wifey. Yes. She looks amazing. You can't even tell they have that age difference. Voila. Family issues are so deep and complicated to resolve at times. Okay. So when I said earlier that money, I like the way he put it. It's personal. It's a big brand. Multi-million dollars worth of brand. P Square is not just your, everybody when they comment on this, they comment like it's just their family compound and stuff. No, this is a big multi-million dollar brand. Okay? So when you mix that together with family is not your mates. Yes, you better know what you're doing. You better know what you're doing. Okay? There's going to be need for, somebody's going to have to be humble. And who's going to be humble first? Who's going to play the humility role first? Who is going to say, I don't care about fairness. I'm just going to relax a little bit. Let me listen to the other side. Let me see where they're coming from. Who's going to do that first? It's definitely not going to be this person that's not fair. It's not going to be that person, right? Now, obviously, the end goal is for fairness. But most people want to start with fairness, like immediately, right now. Anyway. So, yes, they're very deep issues. Jude has always used the twins for clout. Because they will be thinking the wife is controlling him. Yes, they will definitely think that. Human beings are not your goddamn mate. Yes, they're not, though. They're not. Anyway, let me continue the letter. So, it's always surprising to me when people say P Square, quote and unquote, is always bringing their family matters into the public eye. Let me clarify this. P Square is not just a family, it's a public brand. But Peter, Paul, Jude, Anita, Ifeoma, Lola. Who is Ifeoma? Oh, Anita, the ex-wife. The present wife of Paul is Anita. No. It's Ifeoma. Okay. And the rest of our family members are family. But P Square is an entity that belongs to the public as much as it does belong to us. Our fans, I like the way it belong to us. Our fans have played a significant role in our success, so they have the right to know what's happening with their beloved brand P Square. How many times do I say that? I say, Baba, you think this is a private matter? I know, I agree, but it is also our matter. I remember I was saying that to Uncle Doyle Ireti / Patrick yesterday. Yeah. It's public figure. You're a public figure. This is now energy you have to manage, sirs. Okay. Let's see. That's why it's understandable when certain aspects of our lives are shared publicly. Now, let's get straight to the point. I want to make it clear that I never reported my twin brother Paul to the EFCC. I know many of you were disappointed when Paul accused me of doing so. Right? They always, I'm disappointed. Why did she tear up the passport? Never mind everything else that's happening behind the scenes. He mentioned that I wrote a petition against him, which he claimed made the EFCC ask him to provide a surety. This statement suggested that he was detained, which is not true. Peter, Paul, and Jude own a management company together called Northside Entertainment. All three of them. They own the entertainment company, which we use to manage all our P Square's affairs. One day, I discovered another company with a similar name. Ouch. But this one was called Northside Music instead of Northside Entertainment. Uh-oh. Since we're telling on each other, let's just go ahead and tell on each other, huh? Interesting. Oh, I didn't see that coming. No, I refused to read it since yesterday. I was like, I want to read it live on the show so that I can have authentic reactions. Let's keep going. So he said, so Northside Music and Northside Entertainment. Yes, even in my own local jurisdiction, those are two different companies and entities, okay? This surprised me, so I decided to, even if there's space, there's multiple space in between. Probably they won't let you put multiple space, but my point is that there's a comma or there's an apostrophe somewhere that it makes it a different company entirely. So this surprised me, so I decided to investigate further, and guess what? To my shock, the founders and directors of this secret company were none other than Jude Okoye and his wife, Ifeoma Okoye. Oh, so Jude Okoye's wife is Ifeoma, not the new wife of Paul. Okay. The registered address was the family home of Jude's wife. Still in shock. Okay. That is definitely fraudulent behavior. There's no other way to call that what it is. All right. I knew I had to talk to Paul about it. I approached him multiple times, at least 4 different times, asking if he knew something about this secret company and the whereabouts of some of P Square's royalties. Each time I met with him, he denied knowing anything about it. I want to set the record straight. I hereby challenge Paul or anyone else to show any petition that I, Peter Okoye, ever submitted against my twin brother Paul, and that has Paul's name on it. That should be easy to pull up. That should be publicly accessible, right? Anyway, 3. I am still writing this with so much shock because I gave clear instructions to my legal team with a standing order that under no circumstances should Paul be included in my petition. Their focus was to remain solely on the primary suspects, Jude Okoye and his wife, Ifeoma Okoye, since they were the directors of this secret company, Northside Music, not Northside Entertainment. Paul's recent interview about the EFCC incident contains a lot of lies. I watched and listened to Paul's interview. I was totally speechless, and I kept asking myself, how does Paul have the audacity to publicly tell lies like this? Even with a respected and reputable agency like the EFCC. He claimed I petitioned him, but that's not something that ever happened to Paul. The truth is, this was something that actually happened to Jude. Okay, there's got to be some kind of... So why would they invite him? Maybe they are doing their investigations? The real story goes back to the shocking discovery I made. But what really got me very upset was finding out that for years, millions of dollars and hundreds of millions of naira were being secretly diverted into this secret company's account, Northside Music, from our own company. It gets real, doesn't it? Chinye say, oh snap. It gets real. Northside Entertainment. This was not just a minor issue. No, this is not a minor issue. Like I said, that brand is a multi-million-dollar brand. The P Square brand. So it's not as simple as two brothers should not fight. It's a dicey situation. You know, it's kind of like it becomes when people that used to have sex start to fight each other in a marriage. Yeah, similar in ways, sorts. Right? It was a massive betrayal that had been going on for several years. Don't forget, Jude is a brother, a blood brother. You know when people say blood is thicker than water, you know who would say blood is thicker than water? Paul will say that. Peter will not say that. Paul will say blood is thicker than water, and that should mean we shouldn't drag each other. Anyway, we're talking about potential fraudulent behavior here. I understand that Paul is angry because I took this matter to the EFCC, and I understand why. However, bearing in mind that I have met Paul and Jude separately and tried to discuss this matter, and he yielded me with no positive answer. In fact, The last time I approached Paul, the conversation got heated up and he said, and I quote, "Peter, go and do your worst." At this stage, I was left with no other choice but to report to the authorities and take legal action. So we haven't seen the last of this. If this is true, we're going to see more. If we don't see more, he probably is lying in these letters. I doubt it. Jude was then detained. After being questioned, he came clean and admitted he had been diverting millions of dollars of our money to this secret company. That he and his wife were the director of all of Jude's bank accounts were immediately frozen. All the accounts were frozen. Okay, so maybe they are linking 1 to 2 and 3. He was eventually released on bail after he managed to provide a surety and met the other bail conditions. Meanwhile, further investigations are still going on until now. Paul's name was never mentioned in the petition because he was never a director of this secret company. Unless there is something he is hiding from all of us. See, now, why would somebody who lives in a glass house be throwing stones? That part I don't understand too. If you know there's ongoing investigations, there's only one reason: somebody who claims to be logical who is caught up in their emotions. Because that's not logical. That doesn't make any logical sense. If you know that there's investigations going on and potentially you could be implicated, or your brother could be implicated, or you could come off like a traitor, a betrayer, why would you literally be telling on yourself? I know why. Because they tell on themselves all the time. They don't know how to talk in the emotions. They claim everybody else is not emotional, but they literally operate from their place of, they tell on themselves. Why are you on an interview, Paul Okoye, saying all that stuff? Anyway, the EFCC, no, let me continue from here. Paul's name was never mentioned in this petition because he was never a director of this secret company. Unless there's something he's hiding from all of us. Paul was only invited for questioning, just like Jason Njoku of Iroko TV. Not Jason Njoku of Iroko TV. Amaju Pinnick and others who had transactional dealings with the Northside Music. Interesting. The EFCC investigation found out that Northside Music had been secretly collecting P-Square's royalties over the years, because since this is it can be easily overlooked, even though it's not the same entity, because Northside Music, Northside Entertainment, if you submit it to Apple's Music or something like that, they'll just send money to the wrong account. Eesh. That's why you got to keep the checks and the balances. Check everything. Always. To protect everybody, by the way. No, it's not like I don't trust you. It's to protect everybody. That's all. Anyway, over the years, they've been diverting money. This royalty money were sent to a bureau de change, then transferred to Jude's personal bank account. A closer look at Jude's account statement revealed that once the money entered his personal account, there were multiple transactions where he was splitting the funds equally with Paul without Peter. This naturally led to some questions, kind of like maybe you're also invited or more. After Jude confessed to diverting the funds, he also told the EFCC that the money he had been sending to Paul for several years wasn't about sharing money behind Peter's back. Instead, it was money he owed Paul from the sale of their house in America, which he was gradually paying back the loan. This is the reason why Paul has been telling everyone that the EFCC has cleared him, as if I ever wanted him to get into trouble with the EFCC. Which one is more believable, Paul's story or Peter's story? Because we don't know. Allah, we don't know. I don't know. Let's continue. The story is very long, but I will tell it all in due time. For now, I will stop here until the EFCC sends the final report to my legal team. Once that happens, before heading to the law court, I will make the exact petition that doesn't include Paul's name public. I will also release the EFCC final report, receipts, and other documents related to this secret company, including the CAC registration, bank transactions, and bank statements that Jude set up with his wife, Ifeoma Okoye. May God help us all. Oh God. And then an open letter Okay, this is the beginning of the open letter, I guess. Did I miss something? Okay, so this was the beginning of the open letter here. Let me just read the beginning. It says, open letter to my dear brother Paul Okoye, aka Rude Boy. My dear brother Paul, just like I have told you several times, I am not in any competition with you. I am not in any competition with you or anybody else. However, seeing you grant countless interviews where you constantly discredit my efforts in the group that we both created and built together really speaks volumes. In your recent interviews, you claim that you wrote and sang 99% of all P-Square songs and discredited me by saying that our song with T.I. Ejajo, which I wrote, was a failure. Yeesh, that's ouch. I heard him when he said that earlier. You went as far as using the YouTube views to discredit me once again. You never acknowledged the other songs like Get Squared, Busybody, Personally, Roll It, Temptation, Alingo, More Than a Friend, Shekini, Say Your Love, Give Me That, Senorita, Igbedu, and a few others. Were these songs also considered failures as well? Or more, let me come to the chat. This guy is right here, man. Judy is telling Paul something to have him on his side. Judy is telling Paul something, sending Paul something to have him on the side. Okay, sending something. Paul was all over the place. I didn't even understand what it was talking about, you know. But let me see if I can get a quick summary of what he was saying in that interview from maybe one of our news channels here. Let me see if we can grab it. More. Let's see. Okay, so let me see this one from Leadership News. More than 2 years after their highly publicized reunion, Nigerian singing twin Sensation Peter and Paul Okoye, popularly known as P-Square, have split again. Popular singer and half of P-Square, Paul Nonso Okoye, confirmed that the latest separation with his twin brother during the twin brothers, who started their music career in 1999 and dominated the African music industry for over a decade, first separated in 2016. The brothers in 2021 patched things up after a 4-year rift. 4 years, not talking to my brother. I don't know. There's only one thing I can blame for this. Okay, maybe two things. Money and the women in our lives. Well, I can't blame the women. I'm sorry. Let's just say money. And several public controversies that alienated colleagues and fans. During their initial splits, Paul released songs like Fire, Fire, blah, blah, blah. I want to see the quotes. Let me see. He explained that before they collaborated with T.I. Rude Boy explained that their initial separation was caused by the public misconception about who primarily sings their songs. He explained that before that, they collaborated with T.I. There was debate among their fans that Paul was the songwriter with the sweet voice, while Peter was the dancer. Rude Boy acknowledged this contributed to their 2017 separation and affected their song Ejajo with T.I. as fans missed his signature voice on their tracks. This time around, our elder brother Jude Okoye, who people accused of causing issues amongst us, has no hands in this. When we came back, Jude was not even in the picture at all. No manager, no director, nothing. He was still on his own. There's a lot people don't know. And that's why I always tell people, mind the people you bring close, especially people that were never there when you were somewhere. He said, the plan of our coming back together was going to produce a lot of hit albums. But as it is now, I'm just focusing on Rude Boy. Trust me, it is not everything that I would want to say. I was accused of saying that Peter was the dancer while I'm the singer. I know that whenever we go to the airport, people ask, are you a singer or a dancer? What? So petty. This is all irrelevant and stupid. I didn't know it was touching him. See, I couldn't really hear him when he was talking. I didn't know it was touching him. But I know, that sounds like, I know you're jealous of me. It's because you're jealous of me, right? You're jealous of me. But I know there was a time we came together and said, don't allow this thing to get to you. You should be proud of what you're doing. That's the role you're playing. Okay. We have a song we did with T.I. Ejajo. That was when the issue started. Till today, that song is still on 3 million views 15 years after. Because people didn't hear the P-Square's voice that they are used to. That means his own voice. When we came back together, I should have read this instead of playing that video earlier. Sorry about that. When we came back together, because I didn't want the issues that happened before, I told my brother to show himself. Let us be involved in the creative process together. I told him we should share who carries the tracks equally, but still it wasn't working. The new P-Square was peaceful. I needed the past mistakes not to repeat themselves. But then, again, Peter said he's no longer interested. In fact, he told me in the face that he wants to quit. I asked if we could make it public and he refused. But what will happen when I go solo? People will call me the bad person. That's why I'm speaking up now. So again, that's a clearer version of what Paul had to say. So my question for you, I'm rounding up right now. My question for you is that, who do you believe? Who is more believable in all of this? Never mind me. Let's just tell me, who do you believe in all of this? I want to know. I'm curious. You can leave that in the chat or in the comment later on if you're part of the replay gang. Okay. But before we leave, let me see what these ones are saying. Someone says Cynthia Morgan was saying these things about Jude, but Nigerians kept on saying she is high, this and that. Smile. You all will definitely learn in a hard way until sentiment stop ruling over reality truth. Okay, yes, Cynthia Morgan used to be managed by Jude and she's been talking for a while. Somebody said, this is what accountability and integrity looks like. The truth can be delayed but never denied. Mr. P has my utmost respect for this. Okay. All right. Now, you guys have seen the two sides of the story. You know how I like to see two sides of the story. Okay. How long have I been talking about Paul here? I always give grace. I don't make conclusion. I just say this is what this look like. Right? But when I just like to hear two sides of the story, you have two sides of the story now. So tell me what you believe. Tell me. Okay. Somebody said, no wonder Jude they build mansion hurriedly. I've been talking, say, where this man they see money like this. His wife too quick bought St. Kitts citizenship. Oh, they buy St. Kitts citizenship. Spending someone else's hard-earned money. Cynthia Morgan was here shouting to the world to hear. People, they curse her. All of you that said Lola was the problem, may God have mercy on you. Hey, wala. So they're saying Lola is now exonerated. Is that what we're saying?
Obìnrin.
Ẹ ṣọ́ra fún obìnrin o. Ọlọ́run á máa ràn yín lọ́wọ́ o. I won't be too quick with that. You know, the issue is not just obìnrin. Let me be clear about that. Pardon me, I'm joking. But the reality is that the dynamics between a man and a woman, when a man does not understand a woman, oh yeah, of course if it collect. Directly, indirectly, and all of the above. Yes, manipulation, all of the above. Life will not to say Jude is telling Paul something. Okay, we already read that. One thing my twin sister and myself have solidified is you can't come between us. You tell me anything about Sophie, I'm telling her. I like that. You know what would be interesting? What would happen if we bring in a multi-million-dollar type of thing in between the two of you? If you guys can withstand that, beautiful, solid, you know. I want to apply some grace to them. They're not prepared for what that, money is a multiplier, like women. Go figure. Money multiplies people's behavior. So everything gets magnified, So I'll call them some grace, hopefully they'll figure it out. But this is what money can cost, not just because of women, between families, even between two brothers, even without the presence of women, So it is what it is. I hope people are learning from this. When I say life, may God help us from evil. Older brother, yes. Diverting all that money. Like, come on, man. That's fraudulent now. Chiye said Peter is who I believe. Lobaton. Uncle Benno said Paul was easier to manipulate than Peter. Wahala. Jude took advantage of him to ruin their brand. But he was collecting that money. Did he ask where's the money coming from? I wonder. Was he asking where the money coming from? He probably did not. He did not. But let me know in the chat. Let's round up for the day. I'll be back tomorrow, 5 p.m. same time. We'll come here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, 5 p.m. Happy hour. Just to chat. I try to keep it to 2 hours of low, but you know, may God help us. I'm 15 minutes over right now. Help me. Please hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. Hopefully we can do a weekend session, call-in session this weekend. But hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you are notified when we go live. I will see you on the next one. Peace.
Hey Prestige fam, show some love to the video. Hit like, subscribe, and share. Are you in Europe, America, and struggling in your relationship? From argument to abuse and trust issues, we are here to help.
Lola and I founded Prestige Marriage Academy to transform your story. With 20 years of friendship, 17 years of marriage, experience with navigating the ups and downs of marriage, and personalized coaching, our 12-month program, regularly priced at $9,875, includes 24/7 support. Ignorance is expensive. WhatsApp us at +1 732 305 8577 to book a free discovery session today and qualify for over $8,000 in scholarships. Take charge now.
Don't wing it.
Join us in creating the love life you deserve.